Hello, Steve Arts 89. Well, Madonna put up some pictures from her archives, going through, because I think part of the celebration tour is sort of revisiting some of her older performances, not just her older songs, but also her performances. And she was looking at some costumes. Maybe I hope they don't reuse any of the original costumes, because I heard a horrific thing that Madonna did that I just want to slap her for. Apparently they destroyed all the duplicates of all her costumes so they couldn't be sold to fans, sold for charity, given to museums or something. Like there's just one of every outfit to make them more valuable, but also makes them more vulnerable, because if something happens and they're damaged, you can't use one of the duplicates to repair it or fix it or in their place. So I find that really dangerous to do when trying to preserve costumes and history, getting rid of duplicates. So I'm kind of disgusted and shocked by that. But she's looking at costumes, and I'm like, is she thinking of physically using these in the new show, or are they just taking them out as guides so they can recreate new versions so they don't destroy the old ones? Or are they sort of just trying to be inspired by them and create sort of similar outfits? I'm not sure what they're doing with the design process of that concert, and what they're doing with the costumes, and how much of it's going to be throwing back to the old ones. They're just going to give us a couple little nods to the old costumes and the old eras, or are they going to recreate some of it? I don't know. But one of the things that people were talking about was she showed a photo of a bunch of masters or cans of film, I'm not sure, of Truth or Dare. Now, some people are saying they are the concert footage, other people are saying they're just the raw footage from backstage, and some are saying they're just prints of the actual finished film. I'm not sure exactly what they are. You can sort of read some of the descriptions and they're a little vague, and I'm not sure, but there's been long rumoured that all the footage from that period that they filmed was lost. And if we had it, we could basically create a series on Blond Ambition, just showing everything that happened, because there's plenty of interesting stuff that happened, but they only had a limit of a 2-hour documentary. If they didn't have any limits, if they could do a docu-series, like a mini-series, a limited series like they did with the Beatles thing, they could basically use all this footage and show all the good stuff, which could be 5 or 6 episodes, hours of footage, because they recorded a lot of it's just people walking around doing nothing, because not every moment is interesting. But so that got a lot of people excited to think, oh, does that exist? Could they actually do a Blond Ambition series, documentary, really going through everything that happened on the tour, not just the stuff that made it into Truth or Dare? And then the other issue is the concert footage. Some people believe the whole concert was filmed. Some people say some of the concert was filmed, only the numbers they were planning to use. But considering they couldn't be 100% sure what they were going to use in the final cut, I find that hard to believe that they wouldn't just film the whole concert. Maybe not the whole concert from every angle, because they had a lot of angles, but maybe they must have done at least one run through of the whole show. They must have had at least one camera on the whole time, and then extra ones for different angles and that, and to focus on. So I'd like to think that every song was recorded, even if not as fully and as well as the ones they used. But it's unclear. Some people say it was, some people say it wasn't. And they will both swear that they know personally, but I have yet to speak to the cameraman or who actually filmed it to actually know which it is, and it's driving me a bit nuts, because everyone wants to see the Blond Ambition filmed footage from the I think it was one of the concerts in France that was filmed, and they dubbed Madonna saying "Hello America" or whatever, to make it look like that was filmed in America, but of course it wasn't, because all the American concerts had the ponytail, which I didn't realise, because I saw that footage and thought that she changed that during the American tour. So that always confused me a bit, but I've sort of done a little bit of research and okay, they used different footage, they used a voiceover, and they filmed most of their stuff at the end of the tour when they were in Europe, and she had longer blonde hair and ringlets by that time, not the shorter hair and the ponytail. So there's hope, but we could still get a restored version of the concert as much as they filmed. It wouldn't be the whole concert, but they at least, because I know they released Like a Prayer and Hanky Panky as special bonus videos on one of the video versions of Truth or Dare, or Madonna. So if those were filmed and not used in the film, couldn't there be others that were filmed and not used in the film? Maybe they didn't film every song, but they might have filmed more. And at least we could just have a straight concert of all the songs filmed, and just sort of, and not have the backstage black and white footage included like they had in Vogue and stuff like that, and all of Oh Father and Live to Tell without the speech, a proper run through of just the concert footage, all that was filmed, preserved. That would be worth it, even if it's not the whole concert. So there's a bit of hope there, but the other issue is these pictures were actually done months ago. She put them up because I think they're going through them again, but the pictures were taken months ago. So it's all very interesting, but inconclusive.